What is going on, everyone out there in the BT land, slash the YT land, and all that kind of different things of that nature? Okay, anyway, it is me, Troi, and I'm here, of course, with another video. As always, I want to say thank you to everybody who recently commented, liked, and subscribed. You know, I've been giving y'all so much energy, child. I just have it inside of my spirit, and I just have to express it and exude it on camera. With that out of the way, you guys know that for the past 3 or so years, I've always made these videos relaying the new release of one of my all-time favorite mystery authors, which of course is J.D. Robb, and further aka Nora Roberts, and further her in-depth series, and further her in-depth Eve Dallas series. But I'm running behind this time. You know, this is actually almost 2 weeks later which I'm making this video, because I want to talk about February 4th's release of Golden in Death, which is one of the really pretty covers of the 50th book in J.D. Robb's in-depth series. 50 books. This is easily the longest series that I've ever, you know, we don't even have to get into it, but we know she makes the money. But anyway, Golden in Death is the book that I'm here to talk about. As you guys know, I usually, there's an in-depth book that comes out twice a year, and I'm usually making these little new release videos to exude my enthusiasm for reading them and connect with other J.D. Robb fans. So shout out to everybody who's left me comments who are J.D. Robb readers. But anyway, I'm running behind as it concerns making this video, and I want to talk about three interesting things about this particular entry. So the reason I'm late is because I pre-ordered this very special edition, because it is the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition. As the little sticker says, there's bonus content inside. I did not trust my local Barnes & Noble to have this particular edition, so I just ordered it online to ensure that I got this exclusive edition, because what the exclusivity, you know, all those words, you know, there's an X in there somewhere. What it contains is actually a letter from who I believe is J.D. Robb's or Nora Roberts' editor, I want to say. Leslie Hall. I can't really read that her script there, but this edition contains a letter, and it also contains this, what they call in depth, which what it does is it goes through each of the individual books, sharing the particular case, a little maybe cursory study of what the events that occur in that book. It doesn't spoil anything as far as I see, but it launches off with, in 2036, an 8-year-old girl is found bloody and with a broken arm in an alley in Dallas, Texas. Named Eve Dallas by a social worker, the girl has no memory of her past and spends the rest of her childhood in the foster care system. In 2046, now 18, Eve arrives in New York to begin the 2-year training required to enter the NYPSD. She earns her detective badge in 2050 and is promoted to detective 2nd grade in 2051. And then it launches into Naked in Death, which opens up in 2058. So Eve starts off the series in her early... Ooh, girl, I can't calculate that quick. Let's see, she was... No, we ain't gonna do it, y'all. Anyway, this is a pretty cool thing. This is why I wanted this, because it's the 50th book, and it just talks about each of the individual books up from book 1 to 49. So that is why I waited. Like I said, I ain't trust my local Barnes & Noble to have. If I would have went in there and I wouldn't found this, then we would have had an issue. Okay, so now I made point 1 is that this is the 50th book. Point 2 is this exclusive content. Point 3 is that if you take off the slip cover, there is an image inside of J.D. Robb. But if you look really closely, it's a collage of J.D. Robb fans who has entered in a selfie. Mine's is in there. It's too hard to see, but it's in there. I actually was picked. My selfie was actually picked to be in here somewhere. And yeah, I saw it when I first got this book last Friday, and now I can't seem to find where I'm at. It's like playing Where's Waldo. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave that to some of y'all, but yes, my selfie is located in this whole collage here, which I think is neat. It's almost like I've been touched by the Robb, baby. I've been touched by the Robb. Either way it goes, I am holding on to this book for March Mystery Madness. The theme of March Mystery Madness is 5. This is the 50th book. Duh, it was his 50th birthday. If you know where I got that from, drop me a comment down below. Alright, so with that out of the way now, you're probably like, well, what the HE double hockey sticks is this book even about? And it's really interesting. I'm loving this one because, I mean, I'm already getting some good feels from it. But a pediatrician named Kent Abner received the package at his Greenwich Village townhouse on a beautiful April morning, my favorite month of the whole year. Inside was a cheap trinket, a golden egg that could be opened in 2 halves. When he pried it apart, it took only moments for the highly toxic airborne fumes to enter his body, and just a few minutes more to kill him. The return address on the package, a fictitious midtown store called All That Glitters. After Eve Dallas calls the hazmat team to the scene and undergoes testing to reassure both her and her husband that she hasn't been exposed, it's time to look into Dr. Abner's past and present relationships. Not every victim Eve encounters is an angel, but it seems that Abner came pretty close, though he did ruffle some feathers over the years by taking stands for the weak and defenseless. While the lab struggles to identify the deadly toxin, Eve does all she can to identify the sender. But when someone else dies in the same grisly manner, it becomes clear that she's dealing with either a madman or someone who has a hidden and exclusive connection to both victims. And that is Golden in Death. It's very rare that fumes and toxins and things like that and poisons are the modus operandi in these books, if that's the right whole terminology. Child, you would think I would know that right now, not to sound presumptuous, but it's going to be unique. I'm really looking forward to that because I couldn't get into the last book of Vendetta and Death. There's some topics in this series that I'm kind of tired of really reading about, and yeah, I couldn't even read that book, but I'm still a dedicated fan to this series. Of course, I've been reading them for so long, and like I said, they're only gonna go so far. But anyway, Golden in Death is gonna be on my March Mystery Madness release, and of course, as I make these videos time and time again, I invite all in-depth readers to, drop me a comment down below. Who's your favorite character? What's your favorite entry within the series? And things of that nature. So we're going to be looking forward to this next month, even though I'm lusting inside to read it now. But anyway, see y'all later.